Hey, it's Councilman Salters,
And Councilman Grove.
and we are here for your 8/24/2020 city update.
It's hot out.
Oh, council recap. City update was earlier.
yeah.
I'm
You're
getting
doing
confused.
too many videos.
I'm doing way too many videos. So, council for tonight, pretty quick. Well, not
Been a
really
while
quick.
since we had a quick one.
Well, I mean, not as quick as they've been before, but quick for what we've been doing
Yeah.
now. Right. So, that's where we're at. So, give us a rundown. What did we do today?
Business updates. Indiana back on track. And
Updates.
Yeah. And the city inspector came to us wanting to update to an ordinance, which we've been on trying to update our ordinances, and this is a pretty important one.
Yep, this is a big one. So, give us a rundown of what we're going to be doing in the next couple meetings.
A lot of people have resorted to mobile homes, not so RVs, basically parked
Right,
in the yards,
right.
parked in alleyways, on the streets, and they're actually living out of them, which you can't do. But our ordinance is old, and it needs some wording rearranged there, which we're gonna get on that.
Right, and the key thing here is we know some people get down on their luck. We know that there's some situations with that, and we're actually working out a deal where they can take those to certain areas where those are allowed. And the thing is, it's about public safety.
It definitely
All right,
is.
and it's about public health, and I throw those in there because what we're seeing is sewage kind of gets thrown into the alleys, or you've got these long extension cords that are plugged up. It's not a good situation for the neighbors, but it's really not a good situation for the people living in those areas. I mean, it's just not. It's not safe. So
and it's not courteous. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to think the people that these trailers are sitting around. They've invested heavily in their property, and one episode of that it decreases the property value all around it. So
and the
we have
last
to be on
thing,
top of it.
and the last thing we want to see is let's say there's a fire or something, and there's some injuries. We don't want to see that happen, so we want to avoid this. And the key thing that you have to remember too is this is not an issue that's just affecting the city of Vincennes. We're seeing this in municipalities all over, and what they're doing is briefly updating the ordinance to make sure that that's not going to happen. But the thing that I like about ours is we're working out these partnerships that if people do have these living arrangements, that there is a place where they can take that mobile unit. It's not a manufactured home, it's not a mobile home, but it's a vehicle that basically moves.
Yeah.
And they can take it to a place where that is acceptable. And that's the thing that I like the best, that our city inspector has worked out with this. So this is something that we will be addressing at our next meeting. We will update the ordinance and we'll start the process of voting on that. I do think it's extremely important. It's our commitment to updating the ordinances. I mean, you've heard us talk about this over and over again. We've got to be able to have ordinances that work for the city of Vincennes. And the thing, like I said, I like is these partnerships that you build through these, and being able to help the citizens and make sure that we're just not, ignoring people's needs.
Yeah.
So that was basically, that took the majority of our meeting.
That was our council meeting.
Now, there were some good news out of the meeting too. Councilman McNeese talked about the RDC and the new plan that's coming forward. What are they calling it? The Oliphant Project?
Oliphant. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and really neat. And the thing that's really neat about this is I can think back to when I first got on council and when the mayor first got elected, and after the Gimbel Bond building and that whole area, we cleaned it out. We wanted people to invest in it. We wanted people buying it. And after a couple of years, we kind of just reverted back to, well, you know what, this will just be a nice public space.
Right.
And we'll use it as that. But the thing that's just amazing is just the energy that you have downtown. And not just downtown. I mean, look all over Vincennes. There is stuff still happening, which is fantastic. Even during a pandemic,
Yes.
you still see all this investment in the city of Vincennes, which is good news for us. Fantastic news for us. I mean, in every corner there's stuff happening, but there's a real vibe downtown.
There is.
And so what we see is this new project that they're going to basically turn it. Is it condos, correct?
So it's
Yeah.
five,
Please correct me because I don't want to get this wrong.
It's 5 levels of condos, and then
Bottom level retail space.
level retail. And this is a group of 3 families and
Local
families investing almost $2 million into downtown, and it addresses more than one issue. I mean, housing is one of our biggest issues.
Yeah.
So 5 levels of condos. That's a huge impact,
Then-
and bigger yet.
Yeah.
You said when you first got elected, downtown. Even when I got elected, you would drive down Main Street and there was progress, but there was a lot of empty buildings and a lot of construction renovation
Well, we're
that
getting to
needed
that
to be
point where,
done.
like,
Now they've renovated so many buildings. Now they're looking at, expanding, building on empty lots
and waiting lists that people are on
Yeah.
to get into these lofts, and
Yeah.
that's amazing. One of the nice part of the projects too is they're looking at kind of recreating that front to make garage space for those.
But
condos.
it's going to look like the
But
old.
it's going to look like the
Yeah.
old. And
It
it's just,
really is
It's just
exciting.
neat.
Really
it's
is
really
exciting.
And the thing is, like,
Kudos to that group. I
Yeah.
mean,
there's
what an
life in
impressive-
Vincennes. There's excitement in Vincennes. Like, I can go, and I know Councilman Grove and I talk about a lot of time when you look at other municipalities around our area, and this isn't a slam to them, like, at all, but the progress that we're seeing here, the investment that we're seeing here, the new businesses, the new structures, the new housing that are going up, I mean, it's fantastic. That was one of my biggest worries about the shutdown, about the pandemic, and what we are seeing is that investment, that forward thinking, that's still here.
It is.
It just kind of paused for a second, and then, hey, hold. All right, everything. Okay, let's
right.
get right back. Let's get right back.
We're okay.
So
Yeah.
that's something that's really great to see. So I'm really excited about it. I know Councilman Grove's excited about it. I know the mayor's excited about it. I know our council's excited about it. I mean, we could talk about these things all day. So that's basically our council meeting. Probably pretty short, 20 minutes this time. Got things taken care of. Things are going well in the city of Vincennes. We're really excited about what's going on. I did challenge councilmen at the end of the meeting. In March, we talked about reaching out to people in our neighborhood. And I think that's really important. And I did challenge the council, reach out to your neighbors, reach out to the people in your district, see how things are going, check in on them. I mean, we know our neighbors better than anything. And, maybe we need to help them with something like, maybe we need to help mow grass, take the yard out. Maybe somebody needs help getting groceries still. We were really good about that early on in March when this first started. And I think that's something that we need to continue. And I challenge the council to that. I challenge everybody to do that.
Absolutely.
Look after your neighbors. You know your
Be
neighbors.
neighborly.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much if you're cutting your grass and you see your neighbors. It doesn't matter if they need help. Reach out to them. Offer to help.
I know there's so many people in Vincennes that they're willing to give a shirt off their back to help people, and that's who we are.
Yeah.
I love seeing it. I love doing it, and that's who we are as the city of Vincennes. So I challenge the council. So we challenge you now just to make sure, reach out. I mean, we've got these devices that allow us to contact people and connect just like that. Check in on your neighbors, see how they're doing, see how things are going. Pretty simple. So other than that, that's our council recap for 8/24.
8/24.
8/24. I get numbers all mixed up all the time.
It's going by fast.
I know, it's pretty crazy. So we'll be back in September. That'll be a Tuesday meeting because of Labor Day. I probably should have said that tonight now that I'm thinking about it in this. So
Yep. Come on,
yeah.
please.
Yeah. All right. So we'll see you next time.
All right. See ya.